Welcome, everyone, to It's a Wrap with Rap. I'm your host, Ron Rappaport, two-time male breast cancer survivor and full-time lymphedema thriver. Before we start, I would like to thank all of our listeners, our sponsors, and supporters that have helped to make this podcast so successful. The podcast is being heard in all 50 states, all the provinces of Canada, and over 45 countries around the world. The podcast has been ranked by FeedSpot as one of the top 35 overcoming adversity podcasts from thousands of podcasts on the web in that category, and is ranked by traffic, social media followers, and content freshness. This podcast features people who have overcome life's challenges and adversities, people who can inspire, motivate, and educate us on an assortment of topics. My guest today is Juano Ocampo from Los Angeles, California. Juano is a two-time brain cancer survivor. Juano was born in the Philippines, raised by two loving parents, and lived there for the first 15 years of his life. The family relocated in 2005 to Los Angeles. Since he was 12 years old, he only has loved one thing, basketball, and till this day, it is still his passion. Now, out of nowhere, at the age of 18, Juano was diagnosed with pineogerminoma, a rare type of brain tumor that occurs mostly in younger kids. He not only got it once, but he got it again in back-to-back years. Juano is the author of the book, Impossible to I'm Possible. He is here today with us to share his story and to pursue his life's calling of sharing with others life's true meaning, and to tell of his blessings, and for others to witness firsthand the possibilities through the impossibilities in life. Welcome, Juano, to the podcast.
Hello, I'm so honored.
We are honored to have you, young man. You've done
right.
some fantastic things, and you've gotten through some of life's challenges, and
Yes, sir.
hard ones at
Yep.
that. And
Close call.
we are honored to have you. Tell us, Juano, what was the first 15 years growing up in the Philippines like? How was that? We're going back to the beginning.
Man. Well, my first 15 years in the Philippines, yeah, I was chubby.
Yeah.
I was really chubby, and
Now I've heard you were up to 260 pounds.
260 pounds. Yes,
Is that
sir.
correct?
260 pounds. Yeah. 260 pounds. Yep, I did. I was
How did you gain all that weight?
eating. Eating, basically.
Like to eat, huh?
Yeah, it's kind of like an orgasm or something, man, like food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what was life like for those first 15 years? Tell us a little bit about it.
It was fun. I was always taking care of my parents, you know what I'm saying? And I love basketball since I was 12. And
Yeah, we're gonna get into that. Now, when you were 12 years old and you started loving basketball, were you still on the heavy side?
not that much yet. Not
Okay.
that much. Yeah,
Okay.
not that much yet. Not until I was in high school. That's when everything like went downwards. Really in my way. Yeah, but still I played, yeah, no matter what.
Yeah. And did you make the team?
Back in the Philippines, I did. Yeah, I did.
Okay. So the weight probably came off from running up and down the court, I would assume.
Not really.
No?
Not really. I was still fat though, but I hustled, so you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
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 It did
Well,
the
you're looking fit and trim today.
Oh, thank you. Yep, I did lose all the way.
Yeah. So you and your sister, you relocate to Los Angeles
Yes.
in 2005. What was that transition like culturally, socially, making friends, school-wise? Tell us about that. Was that a hard transition?
Yeah, at first in the beginning, yeah, because you gotta adjust everything. Because it was a lot more different, like school-wise, back in the Philippines compared to here in America.
Yeah.
And so all I had to do was just be confident and just try to make friends as much as possible. Try to kind of like commingle with others. Try to get a feeling and how it is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So what was the educational system in the Philippines compared to what it was when you arrived here? Were you ahead of the curve, or were you behind the curve, or how'd that work?
I was when I moved here, I was kind of like behind. I felt behind because we didn't know that here in America you have a middle school, 7th, 8th grade.
Yeah.
Like in the Philippines, we didn't have that back in the day. From 6th grade, after 6th grade, you go freshman year high school.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. So back there, I was a junior. So when I moved here, I went back to freshman because it was 2 years. 2 years
Right.
minus. Yeah.
So how did it work with making friends and things like that?
You know what? Just go with the flow. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Yeah. Just
So
go
you
with the
went,
flow and just try to make friends as much as possible. Just try to talk.
uh-huh.
Yeah.
And was your command of the English language pretty good? I mean, did you speak
Oh yeah.
English in the
Yeah. We were
Philippines?
taught to speak English. We were taught to speak English since we were a little taught. So that was kind of like a big advantage for us.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. But you still speak Filipino as well.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I
Okay.
do.
Okay. So at the ripe age of 12 years old, you're developing a passion for basketball.
Yes.
What inspired that, and what drove that passion?
Nothing. It was just kind of like I went to that summer camp and I just fell in love with the game.
Right.
Yeah, just a passion that came.
Okay.
Really. Yeah. And till now, 20 years running.
And
It is still my passion. Yeah.
you're still playing?
Yeah, I'm still playing.
What are you in,
Mhm.
like a men's league, or
You can say that.
yeah, or
Uh-huh.
just pick up games, that type of thing?
I do both.
What other passions do you have besides basketball?
Writing. As you can see, I'm
Writing?
an author, right?
Yeah, you did write a
Yeah.
book. I read the book.
Writing, and I do love kind of like a little bit of cooking.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of like,
And
yeah.
what are you what are you doing now for, for a job and stuff?
Now, hoping to get back to culinary school and try to work things out in the kitchen.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, for my future. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So let's touch upon that weight again.
Okay.
Your overweight is 260 pounds.
Yes, sir.
The cause of it, uh, you said, was just kind of just eating, right?
Yeah, eating. Yeah,
Overeating.
uncontrollable eating.
What was the motivation for you to lose the weight? How'd you lose that weight?
Well, when I moved in America, I tried out for the team, right? It was summer. I tried out for the team. I made it. I made the cut, and then but the coach did tell me that I needed to lose weight.
Yeah.
The only thing that I made the team was I hustled, and that was pretty much it. That was kind of like the impression I had for them, to them. But yeah, and every single practice when I was big, I almost I almost felt that I was gonna lose breath. I lost my breath every single practice, but I hustled hard, but I did needed to lose weight. And so the year later, I lost all those weight. I went to the gym and started running. And 6 months later, I lost 92 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah,
How
from
far did
260 to 168.
So I'm a former runner. What kind of runs did you do? Did you
Oh no, just treadmill, just to lose weight.
okay.
Yeah, weight loss purposes.
Yeah. Did you
Yeah.
did you join any uh I shouldn't say join, did you register for any 5Ks or 10Ks or anything like that? No
No,
marathons.
no
No,
marathons.
no half marathons.
Yeah.
Okay, so at age 18, you're diagnosed with a rare tumor, a
Mm-hmm.
pineogerminoma.
Yes, pineal
That's in
germinoma.
2008.
Uh-huh.
How did the doctors find out you had a tumor in your brain? I mean, it's a rare thing. How'd
Yeah.
they find out?
When I was rushed to the hospital at Harbor UCLA Medical Center, when I was at the ER, they 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 immediately they immediately they immediately brought me to the CT scan test. And from there, that's where they found it, a big tumor underneath my brain. underneath my brain. Yeah. So that's when they knew that was causing all the pressure. So after that, after the CT scan, they rushed me to emergency surgery for a temporary tube placement to be placed to alleviate the pain and to drain the fluids from causing pressure. So that's how everything began, basically.
Well, take us back before that. Tell the people out there, this pineogerminoma. What were the first symptoms that occurred?
Oh man.
And how quickly did the other major symptoms progress?
Well, the first symptoms was extreme thirst. Extreme thirst. It began in my sophomore year, probably the second semester of my sophomore year, close to the summer months. It was just an compulsive drinking of water.
Wow.
That it was got a thirst that cannot be quenched. I was always thirsty no matter what. Like I get up in the middle of the night and drink water and hours and hours and hours. And when I got to my junior year, it just got worse and worse and worse and worse. And kind of like it was just an instant craving for ice or cold water.
So this was actually going on for more than 12 months.
Oh yeah. A year. Yeah. A year and something. Yeah. Yeah. And then finally at December of 07, I was here at home. It was me and my mom watching TV. And then all of a sudden just came out of nowhere, this throbbing pain, throbbing headache inside my head, kind of like squeezing my eyes and then kind of like pounding the brain, kind of like mushing it.
Right.
Almost actually screaming pain. And my mom's going, Juano, what's wrong? What's wrong? Yeah, I was kind of like screaming, I don't know. And so I ran to the kitchen, took some Tylenol, and went away. It was good for that moment.
Yeah.
And I was kind of like hoping it wouldn't come back, but
like a Band-Aid.
Yeah.
It's like a Band-Aid.
For a moment, yeah. But when December passed, January came, it came back not once but twice. Now that set an alarming note that what is going on?
Right.
What is this? So I went to my aunt's office. She was a doctor, and she took some tests like blood works and all that. Everything went fine. And so we just took it kind of like a normal, probably just severe headache, something like that, or kind of like sinus.
Maybe a migraine or something.
Yeah, migraine. Yeah. Probably a severe sinus infection, something like that. Yeah. So she prescribed me some medications, but that did not work at all. Right. And so just as months passed, it just became more often. The pain just kept coming back. And until May, it happened every single day. Every single day, the pain was just there. The nausea and vomiting, add them all up, and then the tingling, kind of like the numbness. That's kind of like feeling. Yeah. From it actually started from my shoulders and spread to my legs. And then I was kind of like having some shaking, kind of like some seizures as well. I could not understand, kind of like twitching uncontrollably. I was in school too when that happened. So yeah. And
well, with all this going on, what was the catalyst that you finally said, okay, enough, I gotta go get this figured out? Because obviously you were getting misdiagnosed.
Yeah. I was getting misdiagnosed, but still we were kind of like afraid to, like diagnose it ourselves or something. So we did not want this to we didn't want to think about the worst possible outcome out of this.
Yeah.
So we just kind of like neglected it, you know what I'm saying? Kind of like ignored the facts, the symptoms and all that.
Yeah.
Not until that June 8th, 2008, where everything just went so south that the pain, the migraine, the seizures, the numbing, the nausea and vomiting was so severe that was the time that I had to be rushed to the hospital. I needed to be rushed to the hospital because it was just uncontrollable. I could not control my nausea and vomiting, and the numbness was from my head to my toes, and I could not barely walk. It was so hard to walk that I needed help. at that very moment. Yes.
So if you had to do it all over again, you would have gone in a lot earlier, correct?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Basically.
So the moral of the
Yeah.
story is if you don't
Hmm.
if you don't feel good,
Exactly. Yep. Go
don't
to the
just
doctor.
don't wait around.
Exactly. Don't wait around till
Yeah,
till it becomes like something serious.
yeah, because in this
Really.
case
But
it really did. And
uh-huh.
when they treated you, uh I understand you were in the ICU for 3 months.
ICU. Yeah, 3 months. 3 months.
Wow.
Yeah, 3 months. I was there laying down with tubes in my head from top to bottom. I had a catheter in my private area.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah, I could not move. I had patches on my chest and it was loud. It was really loud in the ICU.
Now, when all this was going on, you were still in high school.
High school. Yep. I was a junior.
And were you even through this headaches, nausea, vomiting, the numbness and everything, were you still attending school or were you missing a whole lot of stuff?
It had when I was first diagnosed June 8th, I was kind of like it was actually finals week of my
Yeah,
junior year.
yeah,
So basically that whole 3 months that I was in ICU, it was summer months. But then when I was a senior, I couldn't go to school because I was going through chemotherapies and radiation and still going through MRIs and all that. So my parents and myself decided that I need to be homeschooled.
yeah.
Homeschooled for my senior year. So that's basically what happened.
Okay. So were you able to graduate high school,
Yes. Yes, I did.
even with being diagnosed in your senior year? And
Yes.
what were the steps needed for you to graduate? What was the process like?
I needed to pass the KC test. It's called California High School Exit Exam. I need to pass it because I actually failed to pass like the math portion of it when I was a junior. So I had like two chances to pass in my senior year. And so yeah, I took it in my senior year I was homeschooled, so and I passed it. So and in the
Right.
process, I was so lucky to have a blessing. And my homeschool teacher, his name's James Fitzpatrick.
Uh,
He's kind of like a father figure to me.
right.
I love him as a dad. So yes, he helped me all throughout.
You must have spent a lot of time with you.
Oh, always, always,
Yeah.
always, always. Yeah, yeah.
So tell us about the treatments that they administered to you
Okay.
during the first diagnosis from start to finish on the
All
first
right.
diagnosis.
First diagnosis when I was in ICU, it was just the tube, just to drain the fluids and some the surgery, the shunt placement, and the biopsy. They took a sample out of tumor. They wanted to take the tumor out, like the whole tumor out, touch the optic nerve. If they took it out, I'm gonna go blind. So it was too risky. So the only possible treatments to shrink the tumor was chemotherapy and radiation.
Yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So after the shunt surgery, they brought me back to ICU, and there the doctors explained everything that they successfully implanted the shunt, but the tumor was still there. A piece of a tumor was still there because they couldn't take it out. So the only possible way was for chemotherapy to eradicate it and radiation therapy.
Yeah, I've been down that road and
Yeah, I know.
not very pleasant.
Oh, it is not pleasant. Yep,
how did
you're right, Ron.
how did you handle that?
Oh my God. Well, my first diagnosis, really, it hit me hard like the first time,
Yeah.
like the nausea. Like I just got up like in the middle of the night. I was admitted, so it was always in the middle of the night. I had to get up and throw up, go to the bathroom, throw up, and just severe nausea and vomiting. That was it. I
Yeah.
did not really take it well during my first 4 cycles, during the first tumor.
So
Oh yeah.
1 year later, we're going to age
Mhm.
19, 2009. It
Uh-huh.
comes back.
Yeah, it came back without warning.
Where were you at that point in time, and what further treatments did it take to stabilize everything?
Oh, well, it was after my first week of college, actually. actually at an MRI appointment. Then 2 days later, the doctor's appointment with Dr. Finley for the results. And Dr. Finley came in inside the room, shook my hand, and immediately told me, "All right, we need to talk." And immediately as he sat down, he told us it's a tumor. It's a tumor. And he explained like further treatments for it. And he said like the chemotherapy this time would be like 5-7 times stronger than the previous ones I had.
Wow.
Yeah, because they did not want to take a risk again.
Right.
So yeah, and he was kind of like upset with himself because he felt kind of like a failure. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah.
these oncologists do. I mean,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
they want to see you
Uh-huh.
succeed in the treatment,
Exactly. Exactly. Oh
and
yeah.
they take it to heart. You know, it's
Uh-huh.
like,
They take it hard. Exactly.
yeah,
Exactly.
now
Yep.
what did I do
And he was
wrong?
really upset. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. He was really
Yeah.
upset. Yeah. And
Now,
so
what you said, when it came back, were the symptoms the same as the first time?
no, because they caught it right on time. It's kind of like at its first stages. So it was still kind of small, but visible in the scan. It's still
So
small, not
they
enough to
found it.
cause symptoms.
They found it on a routine scan.
Yeah, routine scan, MRI scan.
Wow.
Yes, and then 2 days later, my appointments with the results, and that's when they found out that it was a tumor and
So you really
yes,
never had any
symptoms. Yeah,
symptoms from
no,
that.
for the second tumor. Yeah,
Thank God. Yeah.
I know,
At least
I know.
you escaped that.
I was just really glad that they caught it in time. You
Yeah,
know.
absolutely.
Yeah, yeah,
So that chemo was 7 times as potent
yeah.
as the
7 times
first.
stronger. Yeah.
Did you have a
Seven
lot of
times.
not, did you have a lot of issues with that?
No, not really. Amazingly, I took it pretty well. Like the nausea wasn't there.
So
But
maybe they upped your dosage on all that anti-nausea stuff.
I think so too. Yeah. I
Yeah,
think so too. Probably. Yeah, 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 yeah.
they give you a lot of
And uh-huh.
steroids and
And
all that.
chemotherapy and
Yeah.
along the way, like
Did you have to have
sorry.
radiation again too?
Yes. That was the last treatments. That was the last treatment that I had, radiation therapy.
Okay.
Yeah, and but between that, I had something called the PBSC collection, peripheral blood stem cell collection. It's kind of like a process of harvesting your bone marrow through stem cell.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you lay down for a week in the hospital, and then they kind of like poke you with 2 huge IVs. It was really big, and then it harvests kind of like all the stem cells. And the reason for that, because the chemo was so tough that not only would it depletes my blood and platelets, but my bone marrow too. So it was too risky. So they needed to harvest some, save it, and transfuse it back when I was in BMT, bone marrow transplant.
So you went through the ringer.
Yeah, I
Really?
went through the ringer basically.
Wano, I want to ask you, where did you find the hope you desperately needed during each diagnosis? Who was there to bring meaning to your situation?
Oh, my faith, my faith.
So tell us about that,
Oh,
because
my faith.
I know what it's like to
Uh-huh.
have go through one and then another one pops up.
I know, I know, I know.
It's tough,
I know it's tough. Yeah, I know. I did ask God that how come, why are these happening? Like, why did I do wrong and all that? But eventually I found I found a purpose for all of my pain. He brought purpose to all of it. And along the way, I did find the meaning of all my pains. I did find meaning of it. It was wisdom. It was wisdom. It was wisdom that I gained from it. So he did not want me to give up to my dreams. So then I could inspire myself in the aftermath and ask myself, why can't I get back to the basketball court when the demands of the basketball court is not even half a fraction compared to the demands of brain cancer twice, back-to-back year setting? Why?
Right, right. So how important to you is your faith? How did your faith in God overturn your impossible to I'm possible?
It's wisdom. It was his wisdom that made me ask myself through comparison to my pains and to my dreams. So basically, that's pretty much what motivated me to get back and to inspire others. I want to share my blessings to others.
So you're calling to share with others life's true meaning. Tell us in your opinion, what is life's true meaning?
Live life to the fullest. Even when the impossible comes, face it. Be willing to face it because it has a purpose. There's a reason for it. Use the pain to eventually motivate yourself in the aftermath and ask yourself the same question I've asked myself. Why can't you get back to the dreams you've once given up? When the demands of your tribulations outweighs the totalities of your dreams. So why can't you get back to it? Why can't you get back? Inspire yourselves and get back to what matters most to you.
So you pretty much lifted yourself from your bootstraps up and said, I'm going to get back to my dreams. I'm not going to let this put me down.
Exactly.
Yeah. I know a lot of people say, why does this happen to me? Why me?
Yep. I know.
My motto from what I learned is, why is this happening for me?
Right.
Use that line. Why is this happening for me? And it turns everything around.
It does.
And it really gives you that impetus to keep going on. You wrote the book, and I read it. Very good book. I recommend it to everybody. Impossible to I'm possible. What prompted you to write it? What prompted you to make yourself vulnerable out there, and tell us about the book?
I just wanted to share my story. I wanted to share my blessings to others and for others to dream big, that even when the impossible comes, they'll be able to surpass it and find meaning through their pains. And yeah.
So where can someone obtain the book?
I'm sorry, I didn't quite hear that, Ron.
Where can people get the book? How can they purchase the book?
Oh, online.
Okay.
Online from Amazon and Barnes and Nobles, from
Okay.
Kindle and Audible, actually. Yeah, I now have a Audible version of it.
Oh, excellent. Now we're gonna showcase the book on our Facebook group.
Okay.
So we're gonna showcase it. So what is your life like now? What are you up to? Are you doing any advocacy work for any groups? And do you have any new projects on the way?
I'm just trying to get back to culinary school for now, and I'm still playing basketball, though. Still playing basketball for a team, and I'm just trying to live my life as best as I could. Live life to the fullest.
You said you're going to school?
Culinary school.
Oh, excellent. Is that in Los Angeles?
Yes, Los Angeles. Yeah.
Okay. So you're going to be a big time chef someday.
Hopefully it is my second passion. So
excellent. Are you doing any work with any advocacy groups, or are you just?
No, I do not. Right now, I do not.
You think you might be doing that
right now? Yeah,
you might be doing that down the road when you get some more time.
I think so. Yeah, why not?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Why not?
Right.
Now, for those out there listening, or have or know someone who has a serious challenging adversity, I want you to tell the audience what advice you have for them. People who are struggling.
Okay. Well, for the ones who are struggling right now and the ones who've lost hope, and with the ones whose dreams crushed and everything's kind of like feels impossible right now, and you feel like everything, you just lost everything.
Yeah.
Just take take pride in what you're facing right now. Be proud, be willing, because all of those acceptance that you've done, the courage will eventually overturn to become the perseverance and the hard work that you'll gain when it's time for you to claim your dreams. Because you all just got to ask yourself, why can't you reclaim what you've lost when your dreams can't even compare to what you've survived? So nothing is impossible.
And you've
Mhm.
proven that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, through God's help, I did.
Yeah, absolutely. Juano, how can people contact you? Maybe they want to contact you, ask you advice, whatever. Is there a way they can contact you?
Oh yeah, my Facebook, and
Now, do you have Juano, do you have a Facebook group?
I do not.
Okay, so they can get you on
I do not.
Facebook. Well,
Uh-huh.
how do they reach you on Facebook?
Just probably send me a message or a PM me or a friend request if they want. My email ad is jalo2190@aol.com. So yep, you just type it in Facebook and it'll immediately pop up to my profile. So
Okay,
and then if they wanna reach me out to a mobile, it's my phone number is 626-549-8976.
all right. You don't mind that going out over the airwaves?
No, no, no.
Okay, well,
No, no, no.
you know how some
Uh-huh.
people are. They want to keep,
Yeah.
but if
I'm willing to
anybody,
help. So yeah.
good. Okay,
Uh-huh.
that's what we want to hear. I want to thank you so much, Juano, for being on the podcast.
Thank you so much, Ron, for this honor. You have no idea, man, how this much means to me.
Well, you're an inspiration to all of us, and I wish you nothing but good health and
Oh,
great
thank you. You
success in the
too, Ron.
future
You too. Yep.
and in all your endeavors.
Uh-huh.
Thank you so much again. Comments and suggestions for the podcast, you can email me at itsarapwithrap@gmail.com. We have a Facebook group and we have a page. It's a Rap with Rap. We're on Instagram.
That
It's a
is
Rap
sweet.
with Rap podcast. All the episodes are on YouTube. It's a Rap with Rap, the podcast uncut. And we have a website. It's a rapwithrap.com. And right now we just got merchandise and logo merchandise, showcasing the podcast with a logo, caps, t-shirts, that kind of thing. So you can find that on the website, as well as other podcast information. I want to thank everyone for listening. I want everybody to please stay safe. And for now, it's a wrap.